Welcome back to Cards and Comics. Today I have maybe not the most exciting 90s product in the world, but it's something I want to document for my channel. It's 1994 Score Rookie and Traded. Now, this set has a lot of distinctions, good and bad. One, I will say it's probably one of the ugliest sets maybe ever made. Two, it definitely had one of the rarest cards of the 90s for a time that was super hot, which is the 94 Score Rookie Traded Call-Up Alex Rodriguez card. Now, it was a redemption that was in here at 1 in 240 packs, and then you would send it in and you would get the first draft pick of 94, which was A-Rod, as sort of the card. And so we might get the rookie call-up trade card, which doesn't have A-Rod on it, but it was redeemed for A-Rod. So it's kind of a cool card anyway. I mean, I think the unredeemed version of that card should be worth a few dollars. And then there's two inserts. There's a rookie insert, and there's a trading places insert, one per box. Of those inserts, the trading places cards, there's a Bo Jackson and a Deion Sanders. So those are probably the most exciting cards of those that's there. And in the base set, there's just a few really good players. There's Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, Eddie Murray. Of those, on that checklist, not a ton. You get one gold rush per pack. So it's going to be a product that I'm going to do a little different. I usually don't open products like this on my channel, where I do something like, try to do it really, really super quick. But I don't think a lot of people want to go pack by pack on this. So I am going to do a whole row at a time, and just do them that way. That way we can get it over. I'm not trying to be overly negative. I want people to watch the video, but this is definitely one of those super 90s products that had a super key card. I mean, obviously, if A-Rod was live in this product and actually not a redemption, this product would be worth something, especially if A-Rod was, not having the Hall of Fame issues, but being what, the facts are the facts, and so therefore it definitely hurt this product a little bit. And, this product came out during the strike time period. I mean, it was literally right when the strike happened that this product was basically put out in 94. So also people just didn't care about it because of that. So we'll do the old open every pack, and we'll see what we got. Try not to make it overly long, but I mean, there's going to be two inserts. There's going to be the gold in every pack, so we might get a cool Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders parallel. There's no Griffey, no Thomas in this product as 94. They still were with their teams. So this is definitely a kind of a blast from the past type product that I think a lot of people have kind of forgotten about, honestly. That A-Rod card, though, I will say this, was probably one of those cards that was mythical in the hobby for a while. It was that call-up. A-Rod was something, because this product came out, again, during the whole, time period where the strike was happening. So I don't think a lot of people bought this product, and therefore maybe not a lot of cards were redeemed. I don't know. The call-up card and the subsequent A-Rod card that was given away or traded for was probably at one time as hot or as popular as the 2001 Albert Pujols rookie. In terms of people thinking this is going to be the best card, the best rookie card of A-Rod, and he's going to be, the best player of our generation at that time. So there we go. That's all this row. We'll see what we got. Again, there's not a lot of good rookies in here, honestly. In some of the sets, I think there's a Manny Ramirez in some of this, but it's definitely not a little sticking together. And you can see the design I mean, this is as 90s, and it actually looks very close to classic. You know, like, remember those old classic sets that had, you know, odd color borders and just multicolors? I mean, you got, you know, teal, puke yellow, and red color combination. So this is definitely not going to be a fun thing to open. But here's the first gold. Just kind of so you can see the back. And it's a guy I never heard before. So there you go. But that's the first gold. We'll kind of make a little gold pile. Try not to outshine the camera. I might angle down a little bit to get rid of some glare. There we go. And we'll just keep going. You know, I think this is definitely Darren Jackson. So we'll stop on the gold just to see who we get. But this is not a product that a lot of people are clamoring for when they are out looking for this product. This is definitely one of those junk wax boxes. If you go to a lot of flea markets, this is the box that you'll see very often in a flea market because it's not got much value anymore. But it's weird because it was hoarded at one point because of the old A-Rod call-up card. But again, that card expired. And so for the people sitting on the wax, then realize, oh crap, that card is no longer alive. So it's not worth anything. There you go. I don't know who that guy is either. So there are a lot of rookies in here I don't remember or never heard of. And again, we got to kind of like go a little slow because we got to make sure we don't miss the call-up card if we do hit it. Because that actually would be kind of fun to hit a card like that. A lot of rookies that didn't make it. Here's John Mabry, who actually was a good player for quite a while. I mean, he was definitely a good starter for quite a bit. Roberto Kelly. So Vince Coleman. This is kind of cool to see Vince Coleman on the Royals after the the World Series. He played against him for the Cardinals. That's kind of a funny card to look at. Ellis Burke, sorry. All right, and wow, look at that. We got the call-up card. Oh man, this would wow. That's the card right there, guys. That is a September call-up card, and here's what it says. You may exchange this card for Score Special 1994 September Call-Up Tribute. Features one of Major League Baseball's rising stars. The card will show a 1993 first-round draft pick shown in uniform of his Major League team that is called up by the end of September 1994. The player chosen, therefore redeemable for the special card, will be extensively publicized through hobby media. So blah blah. So there you go. That's it. You could have traded this card for the A-Rod, and the A-Rod definitely is a very, very cool card in hobby lore. I think it's worth a little bit of money still. I mean, I don't think it's totally worthless. I mean, I know it's not totally worthless, but I mean, it's not worth like hundreds of thousands or thousands of dollars like it may have been. It might be worth like $100 or two, as it's still probably his best card. But that is pretty crazy. It's 1 in 240 packs, guys. So that is a pretty tough hit, even though it's still... Oh, I was going to look to see when the redemption expired. All right. 131.95. So it expired a little bit ago. I wonder if they'll still redeem it for me if I send it in. I'm not sure anyone's in that office anymore. So there you go. That's pretty cool to hit a 1 in 240 pack card. No matter what it is, it was always... There's Palmeiro. That's a kind of a, would have been a cool card again. This set actually was probably, if you want to think about it, this set may have been the most impacted set of all time due to the old steroids issue. So definitely a interesting thing to consider. Cliff Floyd. So pretty good rookie right there. Right behind it is the Super Rookie. So this is the 1 per box Super Rookie insert. And it's James Mouton. So we didn't hit the Manny Ramirez or the Cliff Floyd or the Delgado or somebody cool. We hit James Mouton. So not the greatest. So this is kind of like a, not a gold, but it is a insert. So there you go. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about. There's Pedro. That's a pretty cool card. That's a 94, so it's not close to his rookie, but still cool card. Hilo Franco, the White Sox, Mr. Played Forever. So still, some cool cards that we could still hit. The Deion Sanders gold, Bo Jackson gold, or the Trading Places version of those. There's Raul Mondesi, good player. So fit some names on the gold. So there you go. That's our first third of the box. Nothing great there in terms of golds and stuff. Nothing major there, but pretty cool insert. So I'd say on that side of it, hitting that was pretty awesome. All right, here we go. The next third. So we'll move those golds out of the way. Keep these kind of here. Yeah, there's Deion right there. So I'm just going to pull him out so we can see him. So this is when we got traded to the Reds. So there you go. That's a Deion Sanders. So that's what he looks like in that. So if we get a gold of him, that's what that card would look like. And I know we've gone fast, so I may have missed the Bo Jackson. So we'll stop on him if we see it in there. But yeah, I really didn't think we'd hit that call-up card, honestly, out of one box. So that's pretty lucky. And not sure it's worth a ton, but it's definitely nostalgic. It was. I never owned it. That's a funny thing about all these cards. So what I remember about all these cards is, this was a time period where I, in 94 I collected, but this product again, was right when I want to say, I was in college, and I probably didn't have a lot of interest in this product in college, honestly. And then after college, it was kind of like A-Rod was a big deal, and that rookie trade call-up card, 97, 98, 99, right when I was out of college, and it was actually way out of my price range. So it was really weird, when I could have bought the product, I didn't really have interest in this kind of product. I wasn't really in open a lot of wax back in those days. With my dad, we were more, again, collecting some sets and things like that, some vintage cards and all that. But when I started getting into the modern stuff, this product was long gone. And I did know, I would have loved to got the A-Rod, but it was out of my price range. So sort of what happens a lot of times, you kind of get into these products as you kind of know what it is, and like that it was cool and rare, but you don't have the means or ability to go after it. And honestly, A-Rod was never one of my favorite players, even when he was, at his peak and no issues. He just wasn't a guy who was, there's a cool card. There's Ricky Henderson. That's a pretty cool card, gold, even though not worth a ton. Here's a card for my buddy, Ross, Chris Sabo, as an Oriole. He has got one of the biggest Sabo collections in the world. And here is our Changing Places 1 per box card. And it's Delano DeShields. There you go. Again, are these nice inserts? No. Not a lot going on design-wise. Again, everything is slanted and angled, and, you know, it's like kids playing around with Photoshop today. Yeah, that's what you're going to get back in those days. So yeah, not a pretty card, but one per box. So not overly easy to get. And that's the thing, like, you know, you had 2 1 per box inserts, and then a bunch of parallels, and then maybe the big chase was that call-up card. So if this was 1994, we would be like feeling pretty good about ourselves, honestly. Like, we would be like, we hit a huge card, and we're going to be making some money. And then when A-Rod came up and was the stud he was, that would have been the equivalent of owning the 01 Pujols card for a while in the hobby. So again, who we got here? Reggie Jefferson. I would definitely like to hit one or two of the gold. There's a gold Pedro, which is cool. So we've hit 2 cool gold cards. Oh, sorry. In this second third of the box. So that's pretty awesome. Who we got here? Is this Chan Ho Park? I think it is. So I got a card stuck to it. There we go. Yeah, Chan Ho Park. I'll put him in the win column. He has, you know, like, you know, in the you know, world of collecting, he has like people who look for his stuff. That might be a card that I can get $1 for on Check Out My Cards. You never know. And then some people shaking their head. No, you cannot get $1 for that card again. But you know, a guy can dream. Sean Green, good player. I mean, again, that's the thing about sucks about you when you go through decades. You see a lot of players who were really good, like a Sean Green. Like, Sean Green was a good player. Like, you see John Olerud, right? You see a John Olerud, Tino Martinez, and those guys are just really good players, and then they're just not worth anything because they are, you know, just the Hall of Good. And the Hall of Good. I think Bernie Williams is kind of in that Hall of Good as well. You know, so many players, and I mean, heck, you could say Don Mattingly's in that hall right now. So many players who almost got there. And some players that, you know, like Harold Baines to me was the, you know, like the guy I just never thought of as Hall of Fame stuff. And he's made it. So, you know, there's a lot of guys out there. Dante Bichette, you know, that had just really good years. Will some of those guys make it? I don't know. Got all the steroid guys. So the 90s are really weird in terms of when you pull all these cards. Like I just mentioned, Rafael Palmeiro. That guy would have been a first ballot Hall of Fame kind of guy in normal circumstances, and then people would still want to collect his cards and all that stuff. And that guy's a pariah. You got Juan Gonzalez, who won MVP. You know, at the time when Griffey and Thomas were at their peak, and you know that guy. No one even talks about it anymore. You know, Albert Bell, same way. You know, probably the best hitter. Again, during the time period that Griffey and Thomas played, you know, Albert Bell could have been the best hitter in baseball a year or two. Those guys don't get talked about a lot. So the 90s are weird because of steroids and just the fact that you had so many really, really good players who, you know, like I think of Nomar Garciaparra, you know, it's a guy who had that 5 or 6 great years, and then nothing much after that. And then card values are, you know, like just, I mean, he's got a dedicated fan base, but, you know, if he was a Hall of Famer, obviously his cards would be worth a whole lot more just because that Hall of Fame status really matters on card values, honestly. It's just, you can't really, it's that factor, you know, you got to have it to really make your cards worth anything to anyone other than just the hardcore, maybe team collector guys. All right, Mark Newfield, I think. It's funny because I remember when you know, you had Griffey and A-Rod come up, I remember a lot of, I got to keep this card in Santa Ross. That's just a gold Chris Sabo. He needs that card for sure. But yeah, like, you know, any rookie coming up for the Mariners was kind of like got the royal treatment for a little while, just because he was, that team had, you know, hit on 2 massive rookies in like a 5-year period. Marvin Freeman, and so there's another Deion Sanders again. Kind of cool card. Just throw it on. Deion's so high right now, even though they got smoked today. It's a Saturday when I'm doing this video. They got smoked by Oregon, which doesn't surprise me at all. I think for people who are surprised, I guess you don't know. Or at least I don't think that you know, it's just shocking at all. I think that is what happens when you're trying to rebuild a team with a bunch of new players. You're not going to have a cohesive unit that can really play against these teams that are built like those guys, Oregon, USC. And so, will he get there? I think he might get there. Biggest question I have with Deion is, will he stay long enough to build, you know, like what Jim Harbaugh's done at Michigan, you know, or some of these coaches have built, you know, like in Alabama. You know, it takes 4 or 5 years, and then there's ups and downs even after that because of all the portal and stuff. So anyway, college football is definitely really interesting right now, with everything going on, with people moving around. So it actually is kind of fun to watch. So here is the weirdo recap that I'm going to do. I'm going to just kind of throw out. Here is the Deion Sanders card. I think I pulled a couple of them, but I just kept a couple of them out just to show you. That's the rookie traded. Some cool go cards I pulled. I pulled a Channel Park, a Pedro, a Ricky Henderson. The 2 inserts you get per box. So I got the Changing Places Delano Shields and the Star Rookie James Mouton. I hit the September call-up 1 in 240 pack card there. Again, that was for A-Rod. And as far as I'm going back to the golds, just seeing if I hit anything else that was kind of cool. I don't really think I did. You know, it's Chris Sabo for my buddy, but that's not really much. You know, I don't think I hit any Hall of Famers. Like there's Eddie Murray in here. I guess, you know, I hit Ricky Henderson, so that's definitely cool. And Pedro. So it two Hall of Famers. I was hoping for a Bo Jackson or a Deion, but Ricky and Pedro is cool. But yeah, that September call-up card was definitely the highlight. So all in all, it was kind of fun. I mean, it's always fun to open up 90s products, even one that's sort of as blah as this product. But you know, that was pretty exciting. And I'll see what's worth, and I'll put in the on the screen during the video to see, kind of show you like if it's worth anything, or if it's just a footnote in history. So there it is, guys. 94 score rookie traded, and let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you next time on Cards and Comics. Bye.